Hey, Magic and Gencon fans, I mean you. Welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. Oh, a little Vanna White for you. So today we are going to talk about what was in the VIG swag bag that every VIG gets every year for Gencon to let you know what's the pluses and minuses of being a VIG and what do you expect to get on a normal year. So you can use this information to see if you want to be a VIG next year. Do you think it's worth the money? I'll also go over stuff at the end that VIGs get that's not necessarily in the swag bag to help you make that breakdown and decision for yourself. So don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. The comments down below will feed the YouTube algorithm over here when you subscribe, as I like my stuff around. So helps keep channel sponsor free, and I do appreciate it. So the first thing I want to do, guys, is I want to show you what was in the bag, and then we'll also talk about the other benefits of being a VIG. So first off, for being a VIG, you get a t-shirt. You can see here, this is extra large. We'll go ahead and we'll open this so you can see the whole shirt. So there's the whole shirt. I'm sure you guys probably seen it at Gen Con. That's right, World Tour 23. On the back, I didn't know there was actually stuff back here. The Gen Con Best 4 Days of Gaming talks about where they've been the whole time, which this is really cool. It's a history of where Gen Con has been, showing, you know, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin for the first 3 years. 72, it was in Williams Bay. Back to Lake Geneva for 4 years. Then in Summers, Wisconsin for, let's see, 6 years. A little history lesson here. Milwaukee, Wisconsin for, wow, 17 years. And then we get to Indy in 2003, and it hasn't left since. And we hope it never does, because we love Gen Con and Indy. So there's your Gen Con shirt. Put this off to the side, out of your guys' way. Next thing we'll talk about, the Gen Con swag bag of the, I guess you call it backpack. You get a shirt every year. You get one of these backpacks every year. I'm trying to open it to show you guys, sorry. There we go. So, all right. So as you can see, this is a rather large bag. This looks like it's a holding bag for whatever's inside, which is the actual bag. So that's cool. You normally don't get an extra bag to hold our bag. You want a bag for your bag. But this is cool because this is its own bag by itself with a handle. I like this. This is something nice and new. We'll keep that. And then here we have the actual tote bag. As you see, as we open it up, it is large and in charge. I'm not going to get too far into it. Looks like your basic bag, basic duffel bag you can carry around. We'll look at the side here where it actually has some stuff on it. It has the Gen Con World Tour 2023 logo. Very nice. Does it have something on the other side? Yep, same thing on both sides. Then we have the bottom. So pretty cool. This is a nice bag. If you want a little more detail, you can always go look at the shop area. They do sell these things on the shop, so you can actually figure out what the dollar value is of these items from the Gen Con store, which is really cool. So I've got it pulled up too. So yeah, so what we're looking at, the shirt looks like $35. The bag is $50. So right there is $85 already. And we get a pin, we'll keep a running total because I'm prepared. Yeah, so we have the shirt for $50. The bag was the bag for $50, a shirt for $35. See, what else do we have here? So we got this thing, which is really interesting. It's nice in Ziploc, so it's smaller for capacity. But this opens up into a cube, and it is a Gencon gelatinous cube dice bag. Really cool, right? I like it. It's got the Gencon logo. Again, you can look it up on the store for more details. That too was $35, I believe. Let me pull it up again real quick, make sure I'm not lying to you. $30. So that was $30 of swag. All right. So then next, we'll go with something you guys might recognize. We got a box of Keyforge, World Collides Collector Edition. Keyforge is a card game made by Richard Garfield, who made Magic. It's okay. It's still around. Some people play it. Some people don't. I'm not going to get into it too much. This, at best, we'll say is $10. But still, nice little item. So we'll put it over here. Then we have this game. We got a game called Fiction. Not really sure how it works, but apparently it looks like a word board game. So this is a board game you get. Number of players. So a 20-minute game, 2 to 8 players. That's really cool. A nice, quick game, easy to play. So you have something to do with your friends if you can't really find anything. Obviously, a game like this is probably around, we'll be generous, we'll say $25. Might be more, might be less. You can tell me down in the comment section. I'm not going to get that detailed into it, guys. Then we have a game we got this year called Magic Rabbit. So Magic Rabbit looks pretty neat. Again, this is a game here. It shows you 2 to 30 minutes, 1 to 4 play. Or I'm sorry, 8 year plus, 1 to 4 players, and 2 to 30 minutes. Another quick game to play with your friends while you're at Gen Con and get that whole gaming experience in. I'm going to say at best, I mean, inflation is probably bad. $20 might be a bit low for this, but we're going to say $20. Might make up for the last game or make it too low. Who knows? We also got this game. It's called Stay Cool. It is from Hello or Jello or whatever you want to call them. Good company. They make a lot of good games. Y'all check them out if you're ever at Gen Con. I'm not going to plug any of their games, but they do have a lot of good ones depending on your taste because obviously, you know, it all depends. So go check them out. This looks like a pretty good game. It looks again like a word/table game. Here we go. We have a 3 to 7 player game. 12 years plus, takes 25 minutes. So it looks like they did a lot of the games they put on here in less than half hour to give you time to play quick, play fast, play several games, and hang out with your friends. So that's really cool. I like that about games like this. The next thing we actually got a nice model from Conquest. This is a game based obviously on miniatures. So if you're into that kind of thing, you normally get at least one kind of miniature a year from what I've seen. I've been a VIG for a very long time. And there's always a miniature of some kind in there to help, I won't say save you money, but, you know, do the thing. And I'm going to say this is easily $10. Now, this is probably a lot more than that from the size of it. But I'm going to say 10 to be reserved, just to kind of give you guys an idea. So, and then we got this interesting thing called Dungeon Craft Brine Break Pack. 16 pages of natural terrain, made durable cardstock, laminate coating, making it water resistant. So it's pretty cool. It's got guys and girls on here, different people. So this is something that'd be really nice to kind of get you guys, if you play D&D or any kind of game, to use some terrain, and it's free. Well, not free, you pay for the badge, but you know what I'm saying. You get it for free so you can try it out and see if you like it before you buy more. So this is a very nice sampling pack. I'm going to say this is probably $10 easy. It might be more than that, but again, if we're shooting low, then so be it. Life moves on, so we'll put in the $10 there. Then we got this nice board game here, In the Palm of Your Hand. So this is made by, looks like Hatchet Board Games. This looks like a game, and from what I've read, because we almost played it before I got home, which means I would have opened it, so luckily we didn't have to play any games in this, because we had so many other games that we were interested in. So you actually get sealed versions to look at. Also, too, some of these games will probably go up on my eBay store if you guys want to buy them on the cheap. Help support my next year to get the next VIG pass and all that good jazz. Plus, this helps promote the store and the games. But anyway, you put something in your hand, you kind of feel it, talk about it, whatever. It's a very interesting game. Here, again, a 30-minute game, 2 to 8 players, 10 plus ages old. So, very nice. I like that. We got this interesting. Oh, this game price. We'll say the price is $30. Again, maybe being a little generous. Sherlock Holmes: The Shadow of Jack the Ripper. So you may be thinking, what the hell is this? So this is from GNA, Graphic Novel Adventures. This is actually really interesting. You can look here on the back. You can see this is a $22, $23 book. So we'll put 23 down here. What this is this is a build your own adventure game or book. It's got very nice stuff. You see this kind of stuff in D&D, right? And what happens is as you thumb through it, you read and then you pick where you go. Like you see here, it says learn the game's rules at 2. And then here it says learn the game's rules. But as you start, you go through, it says here, go to page 194. You go to page 194 whenever you find it. And it gives you this, and it gives you options on where to go next. You can write those clues in here. Back here, it gives you a map. It's a really cool read-along graphic novel with clues to build your own adventure. You can do it multiple times as well. So if you don't want to use the book, obviously, to ruin it, get a pen and a paper. I like this idea. It's really cool. And for those who like puzzle games and things and you didn't get anybody to play with, this is a good thing to kill some time. I mean, it's like a crossword puzzle / Sudoku for those people who like to solve mysteries. So this is a pretty good idea, and I like this book. It's pretty nice. And then we also always get one basic rule book for some not board game, but for some RPG. This year we got Modern Age. Very interesting. So this is a Modern Age book made by Green Ronin Publishing. They're pretty popular with a lot of publishing that they do. It looks very noir-esque, steampunkish style. Won't get too far into it. Whoops, slapped the camera. But as you can see, very detailed, and a very nice book. And also, this is a $35 item. So, I'll put that down here, $35. So this was really sweet as well, especially for those guys. If you've done the board game things that are over here and you want to do some other stuff, you can sit down, learn a new rule RPG game, play it a little bit, have some one-shots, have some fun with friends. And I really do like it as well, because all you need is the basic rule books. Everything else is later. And also, if you have the basic rule book and you do like it, you save $35. Buying the expansions is like investing in the game by buying the actual rule book, but you get more out of it. So that's the best thing about that kind of stuff. So we have that. And I think that's it. Yeah, that was everything that came in the VIG swag bag this year. So if we went money-wise, and we counted this up, 5, 10, 15, 18, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So roughly we had a dollar value of $278 for all the stuff that came in the swag bag. I forget how much how much it cost this year. I think it was like $700. For the actual VIG pass this year. It may be a little less, hell, I don't remember. But if you're going to minus that, you're going to end up with like $422 for the badge. So that's how much extra you're paying. Now, what else do you get for that $422? Here's where the thing comes in that we talk about perks and benefits to VIGs. So they've already canceled the early access, which was a real big thing for me, and I hated to see it go. However, one thing it does give you is access to the VIG Hall. So if we talk about the VIG Hall, in the VIG Hall, what it gives you is a place to play and sit and guaranteed spot. Also in the VIG Hall, you get free drinks all day long. So as we know, drinks at the convention center is like $5. If you're a VIG and like my wife's not even a VIG companion. My wife just has a regular badge, but she normally gets drinks too, because you're allowed basically 2 drinks per person when you go in there. So that helps a lot. So let's say me and my wife go in the VIG Hall. We go in there probably 3 times a day. And when pop is $5 or a drink is $5, roughly a drink, between the two of us, that saves us $30 a day in drinks. And if you go more than that, you get even more. Even though $5 might be a bit high, you go higher than that, but we're just going to average it and say $30 a day. So for 4 days at $30, that's another $120 to have access to the VIG Hall for drinks. So that takes it down to $302 for this badge, as you can see here. Now, something else this gives you, as a VIG, which I think is very important, is the hotel lottery. As you guys know, they went to a lottery system where you randomly get to pick when you book your hotel. You just get to pick from whatever's left over after everybody else. Being a VIG, you get to do that early, and there's always enough room for every VIG. So you're always guaranteed a room connected to the center. We say at the Crown Plaza almost every year. We're thinking about going back to the Hyatt next year just for something a little different. We've stayed at Crown, the Hyatt, the Omni. But there is no lottery. It's first come, first serve for the VIGs, and there's always enough room. And then the leftover rooms go, basically, I would assume, to the lottery for everybody else. So for me, not having to, spend 30 minutes to drive or walk to the convention center is worth a ton. And if you're flying in and staying there, we Uber for $30 to the hotel and then Uber to the airport for $30. That's $60. That's cheaper than parking, and there's no driving every day. You can walk everywhere you want to eat. For me, that kind of convenience is easily, I would say, $100, just because of how much it saves on parking and travel. It may save more because, as you know, an Uber one way is like $20. So, but we're just gonna say $100 for hotel convenience. Hotel C. So we'll say there's $100 there. So now you're looking at about $202 just for the badge. Now, what else does it give you? Well, in my personal opinion, one of the things it gives you is an easy way to buy your stuff. Also, when you buy that stuff, like I said, for example, my wife doesn't normally have a big companion badge. She has a regular badge. And as you guys know, this year, will call was a freaking nightmare. And we expected that. At least I did. If you go to the VIG Hall, they keep your badge there as a VIG. You don't have to go to will call, and the VIG Hall is never packed. Also, anybody else who has a badge that will be at will call, they will send a runner from the VIG Hall to go get those badges for you, bring them back to the VIG Hall to give to you, so your people don't have to wait in line. That's for anybody you take in there with you who's part of your family. That also saves me hours a day. For me, I would easily pay, $40 to not wait in the will call line for hours on end. So we'll take $40 off will call. We're now at $162. Something else it does at will call is if you want to buy tickets once you're on site, going through the will call to buy generics or anything else for an event, as you know, is god-awful. And it takes up time during your day, so you can't be in the exhibit hall and enjoy everything else. Also in the VIG Hall, there is a place where you can buy generics and tickets. There's normally 4 people in there. And again, the ability to go in, do it on a whim. They're only open certain hours, but that's part of the thing. They open at like 8 a.m. this year to like 10 p.m. most days. But anyway, again, I would say another $40 there, so you don't have to wait in the will call line for hours on end. Plus, if you wait in the will call line to buy something, there's a good chance somebody in front of you may just buy it. If at the VIG, you can get in there immediately, and if it's available, you buy it on the spot. You don't have to wait 30 minutes and possibly lose it to somebody else because they happen to be ahead of you in line. So that takes it down to $122 for the badge. You also get a pin every year. That's probably $5. Come on, zoom in there. So probably $5 for, probably $10 now. For a VIG pin every year, so that takes it to $112. Obviously, there's free lanyards and all that stuff for everybody and whatever. They also have free events for VIGs during the course of the week that you can get into if you're fast enough, which may give you a couple extra dollars. But all in all, at the end of the day, I'm roughly thinking the VIG is running for like $112. Considering how I price these items this year, how I feel I would pay for the convenience of these other items. So for me, people are like, the VIG's too expensive and blah, blah, blah. For me, it's worth the money. because all the stuff that you get, swag plus other benefits, all come at a cost that if you're willing to pay for, you can get better things. And if you don't think so, let's talk about it in the comment section. But before you do, remember this. Everybody who goes to an amusement park, the first thing they want to do is pay extra for Fast Pass to go past lines to get into things. That's essentially kind of what a lot of this stuff is paying extra for a Fast Pass. Maybe you use it, maybe you don't. But always consider things like that. You know, what's the value to you? For me, I'm paying $100 for a 4-day badge, plus all the benefits, extras, all the cool stuff. The swag bag for me is like a lottery of cool, neat stuff I get every year. Sometimes I keep it, sometimes I don't. It's fun to look at. It's a game at the end of the first day because we're already tired. Maybe we didn't find anything or whatever. We pop open the VIG bag. We pull out all the goodies, and we're like, ooh, what's this? Let's play this game. Let's play that game. It's very fun, and I really do enjoy it. There was also a pack of cards in there. I just now remembered I took out. What did I do with it? Put it over here somewhere. I don't remember where I stuck it. And that's what she said. Anyway, there's also a pack of cards in here. Oh, here it is. A deck of stories pack of High Water. I looked this up. This is basically for storytelling and inspiration for whether you're working in a creative writing project or favorite RPG. So I haven't opened this, and maybe I will later once I figure out what I'm going to do with it. I may have another video of me opening a lot of this stuff and actually going through it in detail and checking it out. So, I mean, I didn't include this, and there's other small things as well that I'm probably forgetting because if you've watched my other videos, on the way home, my flight was canceled, and I had to be moved. My flight was canceled twice. I got home almost 24 hours after I was supposed to. They lost my luggage. So, like, a lot of stuff got mixed up, and when I started unpacking, I didn't want to wait for all my luggage to show up, so my carry-ons had some stuff, my check bag had the other, and it was a hot mess. I do know what I've showed you today was definitely in the VIG bag because I packed it all in my carry-on, but some of the smaller items, like the pack of cards you just saw, I don't want in that carry-on. It's going to get beat up, probably damaged, and I have a collector mindset, and I don't want my stuff damaged. Let's just say that. So, some of it I took out, put in my carry-on bag so it would be nice and padded. Nothing would happen to it. So there may be a couple more packs I might have missed, but I don't think so. But bear with me. So there you have it, everybody. That's the Gencon swag bag. Why it costs as much as it does. A price breakdown, in my opinion. Maybe yours is different. But for me, the VIG is very important, and I don't see me not keep buying it. Because, well, I just love it. And with that said, like I mentioned, I've been a VIG for over 10 years now. And has it changed? Yes. Am I disappointed with some of the changes? Of course I am, because we lost some perks. But at the end of the day, it's still a sweet thing. I love it. And all the benefits you get from, call it the, express pass of getting hotel rooms guaranteed and yada, 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 really does it for me. And I think it's worthwhile. Tell me what you think down below. Don't forget to subscribe. The button's right over here. Click it. Click it. Until next time, be kind. Hope to see you crossing the game table, hopefully at Gen Con next year. Later, player.